Hi, I'm David Schneider, your trusted estate planning attorney. Today we're speaking with Richard Sperling of Sperling and Associates, family law specialist. Richard, thanks for coming in today. I have clients that contact me. They're not married. They've been together 10, 20, sometimes longer years, and they're complaining or talking about their rights. Do these people have marital rights?
Well, they don't have rights through what we call common law marriage. California does not have common law marriage, but they do have rights if they live together under a case called the Marvin case. And that case provides that if a promise is made between people living together, it can be binding if you can convince a judge that the promise was made. And these promises include, I promised that whatever I earned while we were living together is joint earnings. I promise whatever we acquired while we were living together is joint property. And I promise if we split up, I'll support you for the rest of your life. And those promises are binding. People say, how do I enforce that promise? It's my word against my live-in partner's word. And you can enforce that simply by going in front of a judge and convincing the judge that the promise was made.
So we know through contract law that obviously the written word is far more valuable than the spoken word. But is this a high hurdle to overcome in convincing the judge who is the trier?
I had a client just last week tell me, don't worry, Richard. When I talk to the judge, I'm going to cry and he's going to believe me. So people enforce these promises all the time. We advise people to enter into a cohabitation agreement because a verbal promise between people who live together is binding.
So a cohabitation agreement, premarital agreement for the non-married?
That's right, exactly.
Okay.
And it can be a very simple agreement. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it can simply say, we're going to live together or we are living together, but there are no verbal promises between us. It's really surprising in the state of California that a husband and wife can make a verbal promise between each other of support. That's not binding if it's verbal. But people living together, if one of them makes a verbal promise to the other, that's binding even though it's not in writing.
That's fantastic information. We've been speaking with Richard Sperling of Sperling and Associates, family law specialist. Richard, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you to get this important information.
I can be reached through my website, rfsperlinglaw.com, or by email at sperlinglaw@hotmail.com.
I'm David Schneider, your trusted estate planning attorney, trusted advisor. Please tune back in soon to find more of these informative videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.